What are you up to these days? You're doing some like assistant coaching?
Yeah, so I'm one of the assistant coaches at University of North Carolina right now. Retired from wrestling like fully about a year and a half ago. So really just main focus has been really on coaching, recruiting, and building up that program there.
What are your thoughts on Nicky Ryan?
The biggest thing that you can tell is he is a master when it comes to leg locks, and a guy who's probably not going to stand on your feet with you much. He's going to sit down, full guard, scoot around the mat at you. So those are things I'm ready for and I'm prepared for. And at the same time, I respect him for taking this. Just as much as people are telling me that I'm at a huge disadvantage with the rules and it's really not, set up well for a wrestler. At the same time, you got to look at him going into an uncharted water of this is an opponent that he has no idea what type of background I have in, grappling, what type of skill set I might have. Do I try and keep this more of a wrestling related type of match and just preventative of a lot of stuff? So there's risks on both sides.
Biggest gripe about this match is the rule set.
Yep.
15 minutes of sub only, right? And then at the end of it, it goes to a judge's decision. Man, that's tough for a wrestler to come in and win something like that, I would have liked to have seen ADCC rule set. I think if there's a wrestler to do it, it's you. On that big stage, you've been there.
And I think that was one of the reasons of why when this idea started getting thrown around, I was so excited about the opportunity. And you really hit it on the head a lot but I think there's a lot of untapped fan bases on both sides that could really cross over into both worlds, which would help grow both sports in their respective, disciplines. And that's kind of one of the big things I want to do is I want to get more of the grappling fan eyes on wrestling and more of the wrestling fans eyes on the grappling because the sports are very close. They're very similar. And like you guys, I tried getting some modified rules at first, like everyone's been talking about. That's fine. I'm a wrestler. Our whole lives, we have to translate between folk style, freestyle, Greco, and adapt to the situation. And I wouldn't say that submission only hinders me. Because when you look at some of wrestling, it's obviously pinning a guy is the way you end a match quick. But of a lot of our matches, they have to go match length. They come down to points. They come down to controlling positions, controlling areas. So there's a lot of similarity when it comes to that. Just because there's not points being scored. In freestyle wrestling, you got to learn how to control the mat. You got to learn how to control this, the action, the pace, so you don't get put on shot clocks and give up passivities, which are judgment calls by the refs, which is kind of the same thing if this comes down to a judgment decision.
Do you train in jiu-jitsu much?
I used to I wouldn't say train like full time, but I've messed around with it when I was going through high school. So my brother was a pro MMA fighter. Never made it any of the big leagues, but I was in gyms, with Clay Guida, a lot of these guys who are in Bellator now, who I would go in there and I would just work out with them, be an extra practice for me, other than wrestling, go into some of the grappling workouts. Now I'm going through kind of a camp over at Elevate MMA in North Carolina here. I'm excited to learn another discipline and become a student again.
Are you guys going to bring some style, replications of Nicky into your training?
That is definitely the main focus right now is positioning, leg locks, know where I need to be, know how to defend them, know how to clear out of them when you get put in them. The one thing I can tell you just from a wrestling background is you can game plan for someone as much as you want, but if they're a master at it, you're going to get there sometime. So you need to know how to get out of it. You need to know where to be. The best thing for me actually is learning how to do some of those submissions, because if I know how to do them, it teaches me where on the other end where the defensive guy wants to be to get out of them. So that helps me learn a lot. And it's been cool. It's very similar, to finishing a single leg in wrestling. Wanting to be above the knee, wanting to control the hips, to actually, secure those heel hooks and everything. So it's been fun learning all those positions. Once Flow started releasing all the content, I got tons of messages, people wanting to come train with me, help me out, telling me I was crazy, no chance. And it's always been fun because my whole career, I remember when I wrestled Jordan Oliver when I was a sophomore. There might have been 3 people in the entire world that thought I could win that match. So, you know, I've been used to being in those situations.
I know wrestlers, and if anybody can, you know, overcome any kind of obstacles in front of them, it's a wrestler, you know. So it's going to be exciting, and yeah, I can't wait to watch. Thanks, man. Thanks for talking with me today.
No problem. Thank you. Have a good day.